Well, it's a segment built for race skipper Joe Maddon. It's the Neighborhood Nine. You face the Red Sox, the Yankees. Are you ready for the Neighborhood Nine?
I'm going to find out in a couple minutes.
All right.
Seconds.
Okay, there we go. 1, 2, we're ready to go. Number one, if you could have dinner with 4 people, past or present, who would they be?
Oh, that's a really, I mean, 4 people, that makes it more difficult. Mark Twain's always at the top of the list. I would say he'd be one of them. James Michener is one of my favorite all-timers. I think Abe Lincoln would fit in there somehow. And if I had to stretch it a little bit more, let's see. Pat Conroy, present, the author. I really like, I want to meet Pat Conroy at some point. He's my favorite.
Plenty of wine at the table, I'm guessing, huh?
There'd be plenty of red wine at the table. Only white wine, maybe Abe. I heard Abe liked white, so I'm not quite sure.
All right, number 2, you like baseball, but in your athletic prime, if you could be a superstar in any other sport, what sport, what position?
I was. Football, of course. I gave a football career to follow my baseball interests back at Lafayette College in 1973. I think the freshman football team was 6-1. Only lost to Rutgers, who was giving out 25 full scholarships at that time. Football is more of my natural sport. So football was my superstar sport.
I get points taken off for not knowing the history right there. You've been in the on the East Coast for a while. You were a West Coast guy for a while. What's the difference between the East Coast and the West Coast? Biggest difference?
Humidity. Lack of it. I'm out there riding my bike today, and my goodness, although I do really like the humid situation, I like to sweat. On the West Coast, it's much more difficult to get a good workout in as it is on the East Coast. Main difference is humidity.
Gotta like being inside, though. That's nice, all right?
The weather's always perfect at the Trop,
that's
always.
Right. Number 70, if you could have 70 of anything, what would it be?
70 of anything, yes. I'd say classic cars. I mean, I just bought my first real solid classic, a 72 Chevelle Malibu. 70 of everything, like a Roadrunner, maybe an old Impala 65, 64 Impala would be kind of nice. Just a mixture of 70 classic cars would be kind of cool.
This is like easy BP, all line drives. Number 5, of course, you're Joe Maddon. You're from Pennsylvania. I was going to ask you your favorite Joe, but I'm going to localize it. Your favorite Joe from Pennsylvania, Joe Namath or Joe Montana?
Joe Willie. Joe, when I was a kid growing up, I wore number 12, wore white shoes because of Joe Willie, Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania. Never have met Joe Willie, but still, that was my biggest influence as a young quarterback.
All right, I appreciate you wearing the hoodie for us today. That's the next question.
It worked out well.
It was perfect. Number 6, Bill Belichick, I know, sent you a hoodie from New England. What do you and Bill Belichick have in common?
Bill Belichick and I have in common, I think our hairdos. Something. If he actually would come down to getting it cropped up like mine, I think we would look a lot alike. Actually.
How about you both win?
Well, I have not arrived at that position yet. I mean, this man has won several Super Bowls. Always been a big fan of how he operates in New England. Down
the stretch we go, number 7. If you could never be affiliated with the game of baseball, what career would Joe Maddon have?
Hopefully, the other option would have been possibly hotel restaurant administration. I used to enjoy working in my uncle's restaurant, Third Base Luncheonette, where my mom works now. Working around food, that kind of stuff. Always thought having a cool little bar with a great vibe would be nice. But if I could be operating a solid 5-star hotel in the Caribbean somewhere right now, other than this, that'd be great.
Maddonville, move over Margaritaville. I think stay tuned on that one. Okay, number 8. Something you've never seen in baseball. You've been around this game for decades. Something you have never seen in person, maybe that you want to see, maybe that, I mean, you never know what you're going to see at a baseball game.
I've seen 2 perfect games against, actually 3. I've seen that, and I didn't want to see that. Things I haven't seen us throw a perfect game, and that's what I want to see.
Okay, good answer. Last question, number 9. You're an intellectual guy. I don't think any other skipper in the major leagues has Alan Greenspan as motivation in the clubhouse. Give me a nice word to summarize this segment.
Flippant.
Is that good?
It's not bad. Yeah. Flippant, kind of having a little bit of fun with it.
Well, I hope I wasn't too flippant. I told you this guy was tailor-made for this. Joe Maddon, you survived the Neighborhood 9.
My pleasure, and I'm looking forward to my next opportunity.